I had to wait until my new tripod arrived so that I could film this. So first favourite, my new tripod, because it works. But let me explain why I needed a new tripod. This is my old tripod, and as you can see, it has an adjustable neck, so it's like, ooh, right? And then you tighten it real tight. But then the weight of the camera, yeah, not good. Got a new tripod now. But let's get into my November favourites properly with some books. This month was actually a really good month for me in terms of reading, and not just the fact that I read 4 books, but in terms of how those books made me feel. So first we have Man Up by Jack Irwin. I feel like I have to mention this because it was the Banging Book Club book. If you want to listen to the podcast where we discuss it, I will leave that in the description, and also very soon the podcast, the mini-sode, will be out where my boyfriend, Lena's boyfriend, and our friend Jazza, acting as Lucy's surrogate boyfriend, also discuss this. So that's exciting. But yeah, I didn't really like this book. Next, I read Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart. I love E. Lockhart. She came to the UK for an event a few months ago, which is where I got this book, and nope, that's not where she signed it. And she signed it. I tore through this book. I don't know what to say about it without giving too much away, because in true E. Lockhart style, the mystery unravels as you read and you don't really know what's going on. I'll just say that the timeline of events is really interesting. It wasn't until I was like halfway through this that I realised I haven't devoured a book this fast in so long. And I haven't had that like joy of reading and that like, oh my god, I have to know what happens next. Oh my god, turn the page, like keep going. Like, I did not want to put this down. I also read The Book of Dust, La Belle Sauvage, which is the first book in the new His Dark Materials prequel series trilogy thing by Philip Pullman. I loved His Dark Materials when I was a kid, when I read them. Maybe I was a teenager when I read them. But I was really frustrated with myself at my reading speed, and everyone talks about audiobooks. Everybody loves them. My boyfriend listens to audiobooks all the time, and so I took the plunge and I did my 30-day free trial, and I love it. I am now converted. This is not an ad for Audible, although I am open to it. I definitely preferred the first half to the book to the second half. The second half seemed to lose its way a little, but it was still great in terms of like the mystery and the magic and the adventure and dust and the alethiometer and Oxford and baby Lyra. Baby Lyra! This may not be sponsored by Audible, but if you sign up for Audible through any of my Amazon affiliate links, I do get a little cut of that. So, just saying. And then the final book I read in November was Playing the Whore, The Work of Sex Work by Melissa Gira Grant. This book was lent to me by my friend Ollie, who hosts the YouTube channel Philosophy Tube. It is filled with his like annotations and highlights, which was great. This is the first book that I've read in ages that changed my opinion on something, and I realised that I had a certain mindset, and this book persuaded me otherwise. The different chapters in this book go into all areas of sex work, the practicalities of it, the legalities of it, actual things that would help sex workers, what are sex workers doing and campaigning for in their industry, what are people who say they're helping sex workers doing to actually not be helping them, and things like that, which I think was definitely like where my opinions were before reading this. The kind of like saviour person, like you think you're doing really good, but you're not actually listening to the people who you're claiming to save. This was an eye-opener. Those were the books, but speaking of sex, Lovehoney recently sent me this bad boy. Is it a boy? I don't know. Gender-neutral toy. I've seen so many of my friends talk about this toy online. I emailed Lovehoney like, please, will you give me one? It is the Satisfyer Pro 2, and basically the idea is that it creates waves. This suctions like around your clit. Right, if I turn it on. But the idea is that like if I do that, I can't really feel anything because I've not suctioned it. But like once you suction it, it's like it's magnificent. Even though it's not direct clitoral stimulation, it is so powerful because you literally like suction it on. There's no like movement necessary. You just put it on and that's all you need, and all you have to do is like change the intensity if you want. It is perfect for like a lazy masturbation session. Okay, there's lots more stuff, but I don't have anything physical left to show you, so we're just gonna talk about things. I did go to see 2 films in November. The first was a screening of Battle of the Sexes, which is basically a film about feminism and tennis. And if you know anything about me, I love feminism and I love tennis and I love Emma Stone. So this was just a great film for me. The main thing though that fascinated me about the film was how they filmed the tennis. Obviously Emma Stone and Steve Carell must have had tennis doubles, right? Like stunt doubles, but tennis doubles. But like, did they choreograph the tennis scenes? Like, did they say, you're going to hit the ball over there, and then you're going to come in and do a volley, and then you're going to slam it, and then it's going to go into that corner? I don't know. And the second film that I went to go see was called The Florida Project, and I don't know if it's still out in cinemas, but if you do get the chance to watch it, I would highly recommend. It's told from the point of view of a 6-year-old girl called Mooney, and her mum live in like a motel where people who are homeless will pay like per night to live there. And they live down the strip basically from Disney World. My next couple favourites are TV. Now obviously one of them is Blue Planet 2. I just sit and watch with my mouth wide open in awe of everything. There are creatures under the sea that are actual aliens. And then the other TV show that I really got into in November is a weird one. It's Hell's Kitchen, which is the Gordon Ramsay show, which is aired in the States, but it was on Netflix. But it seems now that it's been deleted from the UK Netflix, which is really sad. But me and Dan managed to watch 2 full seasons. We binged the hell out of that show before it got deleted. I think in the US it's on like season 17 or something, but the seasons that we watched that were on Netflix were 11 and 12. So I have no idea what is currently happening on Hell's Kitchen. I am 5 years behind. I love this show. I love Gordon Ramsay. I love how American it is, and the conflict and the drama. It's so American. You would not get this shit on Bake Off, let me tell you. But it's addictive. We can't stop watching it, and it makes me hungry. If anyone can tell me how I can watch more Hell's Kitchen in the UK, legally, preferably, that would be great. Thank you. So I got to go to a press night for Everybody's Talking About Jamie, which is a new musical that is on the West End, that is a true story about Jamie, who's a 16-year-old gay boy who wants to be a drag queen. It's all about him and his relationship to his community, his mum, his dad, his peers at school, and it is wonderful. The woman who plays the mum was phenomenal. There's this one song, He's My Boy. Her performance was just incredible. I can't wait until they release the London cast singing the soundtrack so I can have it in my ears at all times. So apparently I'm a gamer now, and it wouldn't be a favourites video without a game in it. Hey! So in November, me and Dan played a lot of this game called Divinity Original Sin 2, which is a horrible name, but it's a great game. We haven't been able to play a lot of it recently because his gaming computer is not here, but hopefully over Christmas we'll play some more. But basically it is a fantasy character kind of roleplay game with some fighting, but it's like turn-based, so it means it's Hannah friendly. Me and Dan are currently adventuring around. We are 2 dwarves called Judeline and Lorian. We managed to get off like the starter island, and now we're on like this other island, but I think there's meant to be like a whole other bit. I'm not 100% sure. I just know I really enjoy it. And then finally I have a music favourite, and that is, of course, First Aid Kit. So at the beginning of November I saw them live in London for the first time in years, I think, and they announced their new album, Ruins, is going to be out in January, and there are 3 singles off of it currently. It's a Shame, Fireworks and Postcard, and I love them. I I think Fireworks might be my favourite. And they also announced their UK album tour, and I may be going to see them twice, once in London and once in Manchester. Alright, that is it for my November favourites. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and please let me know in the comments any things that you have been enjoying this month. Kind of announcement time. Guess what? I'm not doing Vlogmas because I'm a Jew. I'm doing VlogAnnika again. So if you were subscribed last year, you might remember that I did daily videos for the 8 days of Hanukkah, and I called it VlogAnnika because I couldn't think of a better name. But guess what? VlogAnnika is happening again. This year, Hanukkah is from the 12th to the 19th of December, which means that it will be crowding up your sub box, just like all of the other Vlogmas videos. If you want to catch those, you can hit, like, there's a notification bell or something if you want to be notified when I upload. There will be 8 daily videos during that time, so I hope that you enjoy them, and then I'm taking a break for Christmas and you'll see me back in January. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss VlogAnnika, and I'll see you on the 12th. Bye!